Let's talk about something we've all tried to do at some point. Catch up on sleep. You know how it goes. Monday through Friday, you're running on fumes. 5 hours here, 4 hours there. And by the time Friday night hits, your body feels like a deflated balloon. So you sleep in on Saturday, maybe nap on Sunday. And for a moment, you think, okay, I'm all caught up. But then Monday hits, and you're tired again, just like that. So what's going on here? Can you actually catch up on lost sleep? Or is sleep debt something your body can't truly repay? Here's the truth. Yes and no. It's complicated, but not hopeless. Sleep debt is real. Every time you miss out on the sleep your body needs, you create a kind of deficit, like borrowing energy on a credit card. But instead of money, you're borrowing from your focus, your hormones, your immune system, your mood. And just like financial debt, if it builds up over time, the cost compounds. You don't just feel tired, you feel unwell, irritable, foggy, stuck in survival mode. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Short-term sleep debt, say 1 or 2 nights of not sleeping enough, can actually be reversed. Your body is incredibly smart. It knows when you're running low, and it'll prioritize deep sleep the next time you rest. That's why after a rough night, you might find yourself crashing into a really deep nap, or sleeping longer the next night. That's your brain trying to recover. And it does help a little. But if your sleep debt becomes chronic, weeks or months of not sleeping enough, your body stops bouncing back the same way. You can't just sleep 12 hours on a weekend and magically undo the damage. Because sleep isn't just about duration, it's about timing, rhythm, and consistency. Your brain repairs, your memory consolidates, your hormones regulate on a schedule. When that schedule is constantly disrupted, the repair doesn't happen the way it should. That's why chronic sleep deprivation is linked to weight gain, memory problems, anxiety, depression, even heart disease. Not because you're not trying, but because sleep doesn't work like a bank account. So if you've been running on sleep debt for a while, what's the best way to recover? It's not about sleeping until noon on Saturday. In fact, that might make things worse by throwing off your circadian rhythm even more. What your body actually needs is consistency, a rhythm it can trust. The goal is not to pay off every lost hour of sleep. That's unrealistic. The goal is to reset your internal clock so that sleep becomes regular, natural, and restorative again. Here's how you do that. First, set a realistic bedtime and wake time, and stick to it, even on weekends. You don't have to be perfect. A 30-minute difference here and there is okay. But the more consistent your sleep-wake time is, the more your body will start releasing melatonin at the right hour, and the more your brain will recognize this is when we sleep. That rhythm alone can start to restore what sleep debt has taken. Second, prioritize sleep like a non-negotiable, not just something you squeeze in. That means guarding your last hour of the day like a sacred space. No scrolling, no stimulating conversations, no caffeine hiding in chocolate or teas. Just quiet, just wind down, just stillness. If you treat your body like something that deserves to be rested, not forced, you'll be surprised how quickly it starts to cooperate. Third, use naps wisely. If you're deeply tired, a short nap, 20 to 30 minutes before 3 p.m., can help you catch up a little without ruining your nighttime sleep. But skip the 2-hour weekend naps. They confuse your system, leave you groggier, and make it harder to fall asleep when it matters most. A short nap is like a gentle top-up, not a crash landing. Fourth, go outside in the morning. Light is your circadian rhythm's strongest anchor. When when you step outside, even on a cloudy day, for just 10 to 15 minutes within the first hour of waking, it tells your brain, we're awake, set the clock, start the countdown to melatonin tonight. It sounds small, but it's huge. Do it every day and you'll start to fall asleep more easily at night, without trying harder. Fifth, cut off caffeine early, ideally before 2 p.m. Even if you don't feel wired, caffeine stays in your system for hours and delays the onset of deep sleep. If you're already in sleep debt, you need every drop of deep sleep your body can get. Don't rob yourself with that innocent 4 p.m. latte. And finally, be patient. Sleep debt isn't erased overnight, but the body is forgiving. If you give it a week of consistent sleep, light in the morning, gentle evenings, and kindness, it will respond. You'll start to wake up with energy that feels earned, not borrowed. And that's the real win. Not catching up, but getting ahead. The biggest shift you can make when it comes to sleep debt isn't in your schedule, it's in your mindset. Because most of us treat sleep like it's optional, like it's a luxury, something you earn after grinding through the day, something you postpone when life gets busy. And when we finally get it, we call it catching up. Like we've been behind on homework. But sleep was never meant to be a reward, it's a requirement. A rhythm, a basic human need that powers everything else. So instead of using your weekends to desperately pay back what you lost, what if you chose a different story? What if each night became an investment, not a reaction? What if sleep became the foundation you build your day on, not the leftover you hope to squeeze in? Imagine this. You end your day not by collapsing into bed, but by arriving there, with intention, with peace, not out of exhaustion, but out of respect. You wake up not feeling like a mess, but like a person who gave themselves a real chance to rest. That feeling, that morning clarity, that lightness in your chest, that's what happens when sleep isn't a currency you borrow, but a gift you protect. And here's the beautiful part. It's never too late to begin again. No matter how much sleep you've missed, no matter how many months you've been tired, the moment you decide to treat your body with care, it listens, it recalibrates, it heals. Not overnight, but consistently, kindly, quietly. So tonight, maybe you don't wait until the weekend. Maybe you don't chase another hour. Maybe you just start by honoring the one you have. You turn off the noise, you dim the light, you whisper to your nervous system, we're safe now, we can rest. This is the Daily Health Shift. And if this episode helped you think differently about sleep debt, if it gave you permission to stop the cycle of burnout and start fresh, share it with someone who's been living tired for too long, someone who needs to know they don't have to catch up. They can simply start. Subscribe for more episodes like this, gentle but powerful shifts to help you sleep deeper, live clearer, and heal from the inside out. And in the comments, tell me, what's one sleep habit you're ready to reclaim this week? Until next time, may your rest be intentional, your rhythms be steady, and your energy be real, not borrowed. Good night.